Hello and welcome to another episode of Unzipped with Zach. Today's episode is called 50-50, and I'm your fucking host, Zach. And today we're diving into one of the hardest, most fucking frustrating fights as a father in Illinois that I have personally ever faced. And I know many other fathers out there are facing and dealing with the same bullshit as well. And it's a fight for 50-50 custody. We're talking about years in the court system, tens of thousands of dollars in attorney fees, endless hearings, and in the end, many dads still only end up with a fraction of time that they truly deserve with their kids. But here's the crazy part. The law in Illinois says fathers have equal rights on paper. Okay. It's supposed to be fair, but in practice, fathers in Illinois average just 23% of parenting time. That's not even a fucking third. And Illinois ranks near the bottom 5 states in the whole fucking country for dads to get equal fair time with their children. How is that fair? It takes 2 to make a child. Should it not take 2 to raise one? I agree with that, but I don't agree with the Illinois state at all, or the judicial system in general. So let's clear up some language. Illinois doesn't really use the word custody anymore. Instead, they call it the allocation of parental responsibilities and parenting time. Parental responsibilities basically means who has the big kahunas, who makes the big decisions like schooling, healthcare, religion, while parenting time, or in my vocabulary, father time, is just what it sounds like. How many days, nights, weekends your child actually spends with you. But here's the kicker, okay? There's no legal presumption in this state that the mother gets more time. Judges aren't even supposed to fucking look at gender on paper. Moms and dads are supposed to walk into that courtroom with equal rights. But in Illinois, it doesn't matter. And the law doesn't always guarantee a 50-50 split. Judges decide basically based on what they call the best interest of the child. And that's where things get really shitty. That's where things get messy. I mean, the messiest of the messes, okay? So let's look at the factors. Who is the primary caregiver? How is that even fair if the mother won't let you be involved in your child's life? So for the court system and the judge to consider this as a logical choice for helping decide is a crock of shit in my fucking books, okay? Sorry my language, okay? Excuse my fucking French, okay? Number 2, who takes that kid to school and the doctor? Again, how is this a fair argument? If all you've ever wanted was to be able to take your child to school, pick her up from school, or him, vice versa, or the doctor, but yet the mother does everything in her fucking power to prevent that? And I know, okay, I know some of you are listening and you're like, well, you could print out text messages and phone records showing that you're trying. Okay, personally, I have been there and I've done that, and it doesn't matter in this state. This state's fucked. I've been on this battle and this long ass road for way too fucking long, just so I can spend equal time with my daughter. And I'm still exactly the same fucking place as I was when I started 10 years ago. The only thing that's ever changed out of the whole 10-year battle is child support. And that's a whole nother fucking topic we'll touch base on later, because that's fucked up too. So, number 3 is, how far do the parents live? I get this to a point, but I don't exactly agree with it. Because as a father, I know personally, I would drive, walk, or find a way to get my daughter to where she needs to be on time, come hell or high water, as many of you fucking fathers out there would do the exact same thing. Can they actually cooperate without drama? Okay, guys, okay, I get it. You're tired of the court fees. You're tired of the bullshit. You're upset. You miss your child, and you feel like you're getting nowhere. But I promise, don't fall for this drama game. Don't fall in this trap. It's not worth it. I promise you, it's not worth it. Keep your head up, and remember, you don't want to stoop down to that level for your child's sake and for your own sake. So, here's another one. Is there any history of abuse or safety issues? I agree for once with this okay? I agree with this 100%. But my own personal experience in Illinois, it didn't matter. I was a victim not once, but twice to my child's mother. And when we went to court with police documents, the judge seemed like, no biggie, that the mother of my daughter did this to me, but it's okay. Let's put the shoe on the other foot, and let's say that I was the assailant against my child's mother. I'd be the worst fucking person ever. I would never see my child again, and she would get full custody. So how is that even fair? It isn't. And honestly, I don't get why it's so hard to be able to spend quality, equal time with my daughter. Like, I wish this state would just wake the fuck up. Come on. So, does any of what I just said sound fair? Does it sound like a fair court hearing? No, it's not at all. And in reality, it gives judges a lot of wiggle room. And too often, dads end up with the shittiest end of the stick. And that sucks. But keep your head up, guys. It's going to work out eventually. Now let's talk about what the battle looks like for the dad in Illinois, okay? Imagine this. You've got a good job. You love your kid to death. You want to be there for the homework, the birthdays, the soccer games, the dance recitals, but instead of being given equal time, you're forced into court. And it's not a one-time fight. It drags on for years, okay? So you hire a lawyer. That's the best outcome you can do, is hire an attorney. And maybe that attorney charges $250 an hour, maybe it's $400 an hour. You file motions, you sit through hearings, you pay for mediation, parenting evaluations. Fuck's sake, maybe you have psychological assessments, but yet the bills keep coming. And I've talked to dads here, like, they've spent $50,000, $80,000. Some of them have spent over $100,000 across almost a decade trying to get 50-50 child's time. Like, and guess what? Boom, gut punch. Sometimes after fighting 10 years, nothing changes. You're still sitting at every other weekend, maybe a Wednesday for dinner. Meanwhile, the other parent, often the mother, doesn't have to prove shit. She's just assumed to be the default. Even if she's moved around, even if she's not around as much as you would be in your child's life, the court system basically is just, it's fucked. It's upside down and it's backwards. The only thing the court system really cares about is eating up your money, your time, and your years. But guess what? You don't get those years back with your child. There's no fucking rewind button. Like, wake up and let's make this family court actually fair. Let's consider how shitty the dad feels. He's sitting here and he has spent years, literally years of money, time, just trying to be a good father, which you can be a good father with the weekends, every other weekend, or the Wednesday you get. I'm not saying that 50-50 makes you a good father at all, okay? But you want to be there for your child equally, and you want to be just as involved as the mother in your child's life. But instead, it's like you've just wasted all this money, all this time. You're never going to get this time back. And that judge basically said, denied. Every other weekend, a couple Wednesdays here and there. You know what that father does? That father goes, he acts strong, he stands up and he shakes his head. He doesn't want to outburst to make himself look like a buffoon. But he goes out to that truck or that car and he bawls. He cries his eyes out because all he wants to do is be an equal part of his child's life. But the money is just one part of it. Let's talk about the emotional cost, like I was just talking about. You miss holidays, you miss birthdays, you miss bedtime stories. You're a visitor, basically, in your own fucking child's life. And your child feels it too. I'm telling you, they do. Kids deserve both parents. And that's not just my fucking opinion. That's backed by years of research. Children with equal access to both mother and father do better in school. They have fewer behavioral problems. And they form healthier relationships as adults. But in Illinois, where fathers only average a 23% of parenting time, those kids are losing out. And it's not because the dads don't want to be there. It's because the system makes them prove over and over that they're worthy of something that should just be automatic. And it's called being a father. That grind takes a fucking toll. And it doesn't just take a toll on you. It takes a toll on your anxiety, your financial ruin. It even breaks up relationships outside of the custody case. It changes a man's whole life. While the mother does nothing, doesn't have to show anything to prove that she's a good mother. I mean, for fuck's sake, she could literally have a babysitter and go out every night and party and do whatever she fucking wants and still get sole custody in this goddamn Illinois court system. While the father is literally at his lowest, just wanting to try. Over and over and over, he keeps trying to prove to the court system that he's worthy. But in all reality, he was already worthy. But in the court's eyes in Illinois, you have to prove yourself. And honestly, I just feel like the deck is stacked against fathers who want to be a part of their child's life. So if the law says it's equal, why does it feel so fucking one-sided here in Illinois? You know? Like, because I'm a living proof I'm dealing with this right now. I mean, judges lean heavily on who was the primary caregiver before the court. If the mom handled the day-to-day more, even for practical reasons like the dad worked longer hours, that weighs against him. Work schedules, night shifts, long commutes, anything inconvenient can count against a dad. Distance. If the parents live far apart, court usually defaults to keep the child in the one stable household, which often means moms. And once a schedule is in place, judges are reluctant to change it. They call it maintaining stability. But what it really means is dads get locked into less time for multiple years upon years. So technically dads have equal rights, but practically the cards are stacked against them. So like, it's not fair, it's not equal by any means here. And it sucks. It really takes an emotional toll on you. And it changes you as a father. It changes you as a person. So let's talk about Illinois politics and attempts to change this law, okay? So here's the part that really fucking stings, okay? Illinois has had multiple chances to fix this. Since at least 2018, lawmakers have introduced bills to create a presumption of equal parenting time. Basically, that means we're going to start at 50-50 unless there's a reason not to. Bills like the HB 620 in 2021 and the HB 41 in 2023 would have made 50-50 the starting point in family court. But every time that bill has went through, it's failed. Why? Some argue it removes judicial flexibility. Others worry it would force 50-50 in high conflict situations. But here's the thing. Those bills didn't say equal time no matter what. They said equal time unless one parent proves otherwise. That seems pretty fucking reasonable. But yet they have failed multiple times here. And I don't get it. So instead, we're stuck with a system where fathers have to fight uphill battles. And Illinois remains near the bottom for dad's parenting time. And I think it's really because the judicial system is making a shit ton of fucking money off these hearings and these court fees. And trust me, I know. I've seen the bills. I've been hit with them. And they're not cheap at all. So where does that leave us? On paper, Illinois law says moms and dads are equal. In reality, fathers average less than a quarter of time with their kids. And the price tag for even trying to change that, years of your life and tens of thousands of dollars. That's not fucking fair. I know life's not fair, but this should be a fair spot. That's not justice in my book, and that's not what's best for your child. Kids deserve both parents. Fathers deserve to be more than visitors. And the system should not be designed to drain a dad's bank account just so he can tuck his child in half the time. It takes two to make a child. It should take two to raise a child. Until Illinois makes 50-50 the default, until the courts basically start with the presumption that both parents matter equally in Illinois, that fathers will keep fighting uphill battles, and children will keep losing precious time with the men who love them. So let that all sink in. I'm sorry I ranted. I'm sweating my little ass off here. And I just want to let you guys know, like, I appreciate each and every one of these people that take the time to listen to my podcast. I know it's not the best quality or the best rants and subjects, but these are things that matter a lot to me. So I just want to thank each and every one of you guys who takes the time to listen, the time to subscribe, the sharing, the likes, and that's it for 50-50 on this episode of Unzipped with Zach. And if you're a policymaker listening to this, it's time to fucking step up, okay? Step the fuck up in Illinois. And if you're someone who cares about fairness, remember, every fucking child deserves both parents. That's all with Unzipped with Zach.